shares and some follows in here, so we can get more people on, so we can help me grow the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, Richard, welcome aboard. What is going on?
What's up, man?
Nothing much. Um, so do you support Trump?
Yeah,
Why?
he's got good instincts.
What do you mean by that?
Well, his issues are kind of like the issues for America, so I
I
support
agree with
that.
you. I think he does pick his issues very well. He picks issues that people care about a lot. One of the things I've said, like since he started, is that Trump does one thing great. He calls out the economy as being rigged for the rich against the working class. And like the reason he won is because he's so good at calling that out. The problem is he's rigging it more for the working class. Like you're right, he has good political instincts. He just uses them to hurt people.
Well, I would disagree with that, and I would say it's important to be right on the issues, or to be right on, or sorry, it's important to be talking about the right issues, whereas the other side tend to gaslight you into thinking that they don't exist. So that's why I'm a Trump supporter.
I would disagree with that. I think the Democrats do a really, really bad job of like what you're saying, like gaslighting there doesn't exist. They don't understand what the actual complaint is, and Republicans like they lie. Democrats lie too. Republicans lie a lot, and so Democrats point out the lie in the Republican messaging, but they fail to consider like the small kernel of truth there. So, like, if we're talking about tariff policy, tariffs can be good to protect American business if we're protecting small, nascent industries that we need to grow. When we have broad ranging tariffs, those are bad for the economy, as we're seeing right now. Now, when Democrats fight them, they don't acknowledge the fact that like workers have been fleeing the country and that we've been getting worsening trade deals, but they deny everything, which makes people who support Trump just think that like, oh, they don't understand that the real problems we're facing. The truth is, tariffs hurt you more because they just raise prices on goods. That's all they do, and they give monopolies more power. That's why we just had the first person cross the $500 billion mark in wealth. That was Elon Musk, Trump's best friend for the first part of his presidency. He talks about the policies you care about, but he rigs them more against you.
Well, I don't think Elon Musk particularly benefited from Trump policies. I think, yeah, I mean, that's like besides the point. But I mean, can
Come
you
on,
like
man. Wait,
name?
wait.
Yeah.
Do you think Elon Musk would have worked for 100 days at the White House if he didn't benefit directly from that?
Well, his wealth actually went down the first 100 days, right? Tesla stock was $400, and then he went to work
Yeah.
for
Wait.
Doge.
Why did it go down? Why did it go down?
Well, we had a little market correction, but that's the thing, right? Like while he was
No,
working,
it went down
yeah.
because he consistently cut programs that people need and care about. He was in charge of the Doge, of cutting programs, and he was so obviously terrible at it that people just stopped even supporting Tesla, his company, because he was really hurting people. And in fact, one some of the parts that he controlled dealt with regulating his corporations. So many of the things he cut were environmental regulations, so that now he can build these massive methane emitting and greenhouse gas emitting and just carcinogen emitting data centers in rural areas. And people are getting sick and dying because he cut the regulation because he was in Trump's government, and now he's allowed to just build his uh, energy hungry, expensive, and polluting warehouses and data centers wherever he wants.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get down the Elon Musk rabbit hole. I was just gonna say like
Well, do
his
you
net
see
worth
what I
did
mean
go
though?
down when he worked for Doge. So yeah, like it didn't go up while he was in Doge. So I'll just leave it off at that. It doesn't,
No, no,
we're
no,
talking about
because
Trump. So
this kind of stuff is important. Because
uh-huh.
one of the reasons Trump is so good at what he does is that he builds this like I don't know, iron dome of scandals, and every single scandal that he has in some way, has to maintain for the whole thing to hold. And like once you start looking into it, you can see the cracks in it. And what you're doing right there is like saying like I don't want to focus on that crack because then the dome will fall. It's important
Well,
to
we were
focus on
talking
every
about
crack.
tariffs, and then Elon Musk got mentioned, and then I was just gonna say a quick thing. Like, it's not true that his net worth went up,
I
but we
didn't.
were talking about
Is that the
tariffs,
only
right?
important
Like
thing?
blanket tariffs.
No, no, no.
Yeah. Well, I
My
mean,
point. Sorry. My point
yeah.
is that Donald Trump's goal is to help the richest people. He put Elon Musk in charge of cutting environmental regulations that protected people in rural areas, in mostly Republican areas, and
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk is now allowed to build incredibly polluting data centers that also raise the price of energy massively in those areas. So he directly benefited from Trump by hurting the American people.
So, I mean, I don't think it's true that Elon Musk is the only company that's doing it, right? He's not even the major player, to be honest, for the data centers. He's a pretty small player. Like XAI is a pretty small company, relative to
Sure.
OpenAI, right, which existed relative to Microsoft and Amazon. Like OpenAI is pretty small, or sorry, XAI is a pretty small company.
So he's not the only problem, absolutely,
Right.
but he is
But
a major problem.
mm, I don't think that's true. I mean, also, electric cars are supposed to be better for the environment, right? And he kind of created that entire industry. So
Whoa, no, he did. No,
he
no,
did,
no.
yeah.
He was a major leader in it. That's unquestionable. But he didn't even really create the car. Do you know what he did for the car? He
So
designed the door a little
Tesla
bit
was
and
doing very
designed one of the
poorly.
points.
Yeah.
No. He was a major figurehead for the company. That can't be denied. But electric cars would exist anyway. BYD in China makes better cars for much cheaper. And the tariffs that, Donald Trump and Biden too, I don't like that Biden did either and kept them in place, but Donald Trump is a spearhead in these. Those tariffs are making it so that American consumers can't purchase quality cars for reasonable prices. Those tariffs are ensuring that we have to buy from Tesla instead of getting better cars ourselves. So Donald Trump is helping Elon Musk again at the harm to Americans.
Well, Tesla is not the only car company that's going to benefit from that tariff. Companies like Ford and Chevy, those companies all benefit. The reason why the BYD cars are so cheap is because Chinese labor is very cheap.
Okay,
So
so great. So why would it be good for American companies to benefit from these tariffs?
so we can
Taking Trump's
onshore
position,
manufacturing. So we can onshore manufacturing.
yeah, and then pay more good paying jobs to people. That's the main goal, to give people
Yeah,
better paying jobs, right?
yeah.
Is car manufacturing going in a direction where people are going to get better paying jobs or worse paying jobs?
I'm not sure what the question is.
Car
Like,
manufacturing is very
yeah, in
suspect to
America.
automation, right?
Okay.
Incredibly suspect to automation. And
Okay.
increasingly, there are fewer laborers that are needed. And so, what's increasingly happened is car manufacturers aren't benefiting communities or the workers, and they're hiring fewer and fewer people. And so, all of those profits are more just going to the rich owners of the companies than any actual workers. Now, it's important to have some onshore manufacturing. In that case, build the industry. It's going to take 10 years to build up enough industry. And if we just put the tariffs on now, like Trump's doing, all we see are the negative side effects because we don't have time to build up our own supply. What would be
Yeah, I
better
mean,
is to, actually subsidize nascent industries and ensure lower costs, not just raise the prices of other products on American consumers.
yeah, I mean, right now we don't really have a big tariff. Like most of the tariffs are in process. Sorry, they're in negotiation. So like the average tariff rate is like 10%, which isn't too crazy. Like it was like 8.3. Like, yeah, like we haven't really felt the tariffs yet. To be fair,
So you're saying it would be a bad thing when we
they
do
could
feel
be
the
bad
tariffs?
once it's actually like,
Yeah, yeah. Somebody said
yeah, but
Hassan
we
from
we feel it
Timu.
right now. So
Thank you. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt this real quick. Can we get some more likes, subscribes, and shares in here? But like, do you see what like you're admitting right now that Trump's economic policy would have bad effects on the American economy?
So if it never hits 30%, how can you say it's a bad policy, right? Like he's really just throwing a blanket tariff to bring people to the negotiation table.
And that just hurts Americans for no like
Not yet.
the
We
it
don't have
already is. No,
30%
no,
yet.
it already is. The entire GDP only grew by 0.01% if you take out AI companies. Only 0.01%. So yes, we
Oh, I
are
mean, you
hurting
can't
right
take
now.
out, well, you can't take out a portion of the
No, 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 no.
economy.
No, you can, because one sector shouldn't account for almost all of the GDP growth. That sector accounts for almost all the GDP growth because well, ChatGPT just got valued at $500 billion. There is an AI bubble right now. And so our economy is being propped up by that bubble because Trump's over investing in it because his buddies own it. Um, now, sorry, we're getting to a different point there. I got distracted there.
We're talking about GDP. So you're saying that's bad for the economy, right? Like his policies.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you were
but
saying that the GDP growth was low
mhm.
because Trump's economy is crap. But you have to also consider another equation, right? Like part of the GDP is also government spending. Government spending is going down, so that
Yeah,
contributes to it.
and people are hurting because of it. People aren't able to afford as many goods. Do you see the lines around the food banks now? They're astronomical, and a lot of them are military service members. Now, finally, Trump is saying that he's going to give military service members their pay, which is good. Um, but he's firing thousands and thousands of people, like 7,000 people from the Social Security Administration, which only means those people are out of work and entering a very, very bad job market. The people they were helping aren't getting their Social Security anymore, which means the entire economy is going to collapse because Social Security is what keeps elderly people out of poverty. And if their standard income falls through, then we lose a huge numbers of consumers, which is bad for everybody.
Yeah, so I'll say to that, all of this, I mean, you can make it sound very scary, but
Because
if
it
two
is.
years, well, yeah, but if in 2 years everything's okay, like would you change your mind? You know what I mean?
If of course
Like,
if two
like you
years
could set
everything's
up this
okay,
like
yeah.
crazy story now, but I mean, they did that in his first administration. They said, "Oh, this crazy stuff is gonna happen." Blah blah. Blah. Everything was fine, right?
I hear
Uh,
what you mean. I
yeah,
totally hear what you mean.
yeah.
Nobody has ever taken the powers that Trump has. Like there has never been a president in history that has taken this to the extent. Do you know the last time anybody did tariffs even close to what Trump was planning?
Well, he got voted in to do tariffs, so
Well, that's debatable. Also, people don't understand what tariffs are in the first place. Um,
yeah.
do you know what happened the last time? Also, even if somebody got voted in to do something, it doesn't make it a good thing. But do you know what happened the last time somebody did tariffs to the scale that Trump's doing them or wants to?
Like 20s.
Yep.
Smooth Holly, right? It was
Good
pretty
job.
long ago. Yeah.
And what did that cause?
So that's debatable. Like they
No, no,
say it
no, no.
caused the Great Depression, but
Okay, okay.
it's
It was an
debatable.
accelerant. It made it be. It didn't literally. It wasn't the catalyst, but it made it as bad as it was. Um,
Possible.
those tariffs when you just raise prices across the board, of course, industry hurts. The goal of the government is to smooth trade, not to increase the friction of trade. That's all tariffs do. Like Republicans were almost always free trade
So
absolutists.
here's a thing that you also have to consider about tariffs. Like for example, manufacturing takes expertise. Like there are certain industries where we literally don't have the expertise for factories anymore.
Yeah.
And here's the issue with relying on China, right? So right now, we're benefiting off of cheap labor from China, but the Chinese wages are actually going up. So in a scenario, maybe in 20 years, 30 years, if the Chinese wages are the same as the US, it costs just as much, but now we strictly do not have the expertise for industry, right? You kind of
Okay.
you understand like the risk for
How do
that?
we fix that?
Well, so Trump's method, right, is to disincentivize companies from using Chinese goods, right, or
You're right.
Chinese labor.
Trump's
Yeah,
method is to increase the price of goods. That's his
yeah,
method. The
yeah,
best method to increase manufacturing at home is to
yeah.
pay for people to go to college to learn how to do that and then help them get a business loan to start a factory. We would have to do that anyway, even with these tariffs. It would take
Well, if
10
you're a good
years for us
businessman,
to
you
build up
figure.
our wait, I'm sorry. It would take us 10 years to build up our industrialization to the scale of China's. China is the factory of the world. And, the US designed the world to be that way. We designed the laws of global trade so that we would get cheap products for China. Now we're getting pissy about it. And so if we want to manufacture stuff at home, first, I would start with agriculture, because that is the single most important thing that we should start manufacturing at home beyond cheap toys. Second of
Wait,
all, if we
America
do
is a
want to,
net exporter of agriculture, though. We
yeah,
do
of
very good in
of
agriculture.
soybeans and corn, not of most of our produce, most of our wheat is like going out, and we are your average head of lettuce travels 5,000 miles to get you. Like our food distribution system is completely out of whack. There's a great video by the More Perfect Union on Cisco and how they've just completely monopolized the restaurant industry. Basically, really interesting video. I suggest you watch it. But if we want to industrialize, we have to build up the human capital and then build up the industrial capital, and that's going to take a period of time. If we just kneecap ourselves by hindering the economy now, yeah, we'll disincentivizing buying other goods, but we're not replacing the domestic production here.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna take a while, but if you don't make the economic factor of it like make sense for the business owners, like they're not just gonna voluntarily do it, right? Like you gotta make it like
So offer
profitable.
subsidies. If you want people
Well, that's gonna
investing,
cost the taxpayer money. Like why do it that way?
and you know what? Tariffs cost the taxpayer way more money and for zero benefit. If we just subsidize industry, offer, and it also, it doesn't necessarily cost the taxpayer money, because if we invest in these companies, help them grow, then the taxpayer gets a benefit from that. The taxpayer gets cheaper goods that were produced domestically, so the money's not only like going further, it's going to help labor here at home. Um,
I don't see a big difference between the subsidies and tariffs. Like, I mean,
Tariffs just
it's
make
just a
good.
different form of taking my money and giving it to some random ass company, right? So, I
No,
mean, if you're for like some sort of economic, like monetary incentive, then I don't see why you're so against the tariffs.
because tariffs affect. So, do you understand the difference between regressive and progressive policy? It's a good question. Do you understand the difference between
I
regressive and
see what you
progressive policy?
mean. Like the tariffs, like it raises the cost of goods for poor people as well, right? I see what
Hmm.
you mean. Yeah.
And so we can't target tariffs. They affect everybody. And one important reason, one really important thing to realize is that poor people, most people in this country are living paycheck to paycheck, which means they spend all of their money. That means they are buying goods or services with all their money, and tariffs affect goods and well, maybe not services,
Well, so
but the
here's
tariffs
the
affect
issue
goods.
with
Wait,
my.
I'm sorry. Let me finish really quick. So
Uh-huh.
all of most people's income is being taxed by the tariffs. Very wealthy people save a lot of their money because they have money to save at the end of the week. That means a lot of their money doesn't get touched by the tariffs. We can institute taxes that touches the insanely wealthy people's money while not taxing impoverished people's money.
Yeah, so here's the problem with subsidies versus tariffs, right? Let's say BYD sells a car for $12,000. Okay. If you subsidize, let's say Ford, right? In order to compete with BYD, they need to sell their cars for $12,000. That's not really feasible. Like that's going to be extremely expensive as a subsidy. It's much easier to tariff BYD, make it completely not in our market, all right? And then that way, you're not selling cars for $12,000 for Ford, right? You
So,
kind of get what I mean? Like the
e,
subsidies in
I
order
hear what you
to
mean,
raise, yeah, yeah. So
and there are
so
two
it's like,
points. First, again, car manufacturing is becoming increasingly only beneficial to the rich owners of the companies and not to the people. It is not necessarily a good thing to invest in car manufacturing in America. Now, like there are people at UAW, and like there are auto workers that are here, and like of course, if people want to have a car industry, we should absolutely ensure that's possible. That doesn't mean we have to ensure that the prices are equal. But if we want to establish an industry here, we have to help them. And we can have targeted tariffs in that case. Uh, Electric car tariffs, if they were targeted, aren't the worst. And that was about BYOD. When we're talking about Trump's tariffs is about everything. I just brought up the electric car tariffs because Biden also kept those, and I didn't like that. Now, if we really care about investing in our car manufacturing company here, we can keep just those tariffs. Like, that would be a compromise. I would prefer against it, but that would be a compromise. The tariffs that Trump is implementing are so broad ranging. They're affecting so many different fields that they are horrible for the economy, just plain, just flat out. Do you get that?
Yeah, so like I said, like as far as I understand it, like the broad tariffs haven't been really implemented at the same level that the news has it reported at 30%. Like the average tariff is between, yeah, like the last time I read about it was like around 10%. So, unless I see that it's 15 to 30%, like it's kind of a non-issue for me.
So it is an issue if you're oh whoa, oh wait, never mind. 20% September 2025, according to
Like that's the effective blanket
yeah,
tariffs.
according to the Yale Budget Lab, 20%, which is the Smoot-Hawley tariff act. They put 20% tariff on 20,000 goods, so that's pretty much about the same level. Now, I forgot what I was going to say before. What's the other problem with his brash behavior on tariffs?
Well, I mean, the biggest issue that I see, I mean, I'm not like 100% a fan of the tariffs. I just don't think it's as big of an issue yet. And he's just playing the geopolitics game, and we'll
He's
we'll have
playing
to
the
see the
geopolitics
result.
game with our lives, and people are already feeling the effects of it. And
Well,
what's
he's the
the
first one that, yeah, I mean, that's what presidents do. So,
no, no?
yeah.
It's really not. Presidents do not say this stuff. They don't threaten the head of the Fed because they understand that people's lives are at stake. Trump Trump doesn't care about people's lives. He cares about his own ego and asserting more power and dominance over the world. He doesn't care about people's lives. You would never hear of Biden doing something like this. The Trump went on did a press conference the other day where he said we're going to take drug prices down by 40%, 100%, 600%, 1,000%. Can you take something down by 400%?
So
No, no,
if
no,
I
no,
were to
no, no,
interpret
no, no,
it,
no, no, no,
it's
no, no, no.
that.
Stop. Wait, stop,
Mhm.
stop. I was that was just like a yes no question. You know the answer is no. It worries me that you were going to
Well,
equivocate into
if
that.
it goes, well, if something increases by four times, he's
It can
probably saying that
increase
he's
by
going to
four
reverse
times. It
that
cannot
increase.
decrease by 400%. Um,
Yeah, I mean, he made
yeah.
a
And so
stupid like
wait,
math
he
error,
went on
but I know what he
CNBC.
means.
He went on CNBC. You know what he means, but that's the he is the
Yeah.
leader of the free world. He is the leader of the largest economy in the world. When he says random stuff about tariffs, like he went on CNBC like a few weeks ago, and he started listing out tariff numbers on China, he didn't know what he was talking about. One of his staffers had to correct him on it. One of the hosts of CNBC had to correct him on it, and that host doesn't want to correct him. He doesn't want to correct the president about the market because his show is all about supporting the market. But he had to
Hmm.
because Trump was just throwing out random stuff. With this tariff, Trump just threw out 100% tariff on China. So you know what they did? They said no rare earth minerals for you. That means no military for you. That means no more phones. That means no more electronics. Because
Yeah,
China
so they're
has
doing
that
some
power.
negotiation, right? They're kind of fighting that. Like, why are you capitulating to China? It's like the moment China retaliates, you just instantly capitulate.
Trump attacked them for no reason. Like
Like, why are you on
you just
China's side?
that's like you said.
Like the
I
moment,
punch you in
yeah,
the
it's a trade
face.
war.
You punched me back. So why
Yeah.
am I gonna say sorry about that? My bad. Like
Well, I feel like it's like your parents got into a fight with a stranger and you're on the stranger's side. Like, you're kind of a jerk for doing that.
they're no. But we have literally four 3.8 sorry 3.7 billion years of history on this earth. No, 4.7. Somebody fact check me in the comments. Lowell thought this was Daniel Levy. Thank you very much. We know the history of the earth. We know the history of China and the United States. This isn't some stranger. This is a country we've had relations with. In fact, a few months ago, after Trump ridiculously attacked them again, and China just did a little bit of retaliation, Trump immediately went to negotiations with them in Spain and said, "I'm sorry, my bad. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to pretend like nothing happened." And now, a few months later, because he's hemorrhaging support because the Epstein files are looming close, because this government shutdown, he can't shake the negative feedback of it because obviously his fault. Now he's trying to start this trade war with China again, and he got immediately shut down because China has the power on this. Now, if we wanted to invest, if we wanted to de-invest from our, reliance on China, great. But we have to do that in a way that helps people, not just hurts people and helps monopolies.
China needs to trade with us, so 100% tariffs would be pretty strong. Like you're assuming their cards are better than ours.
They are. They don't rely on us for anything. We rely on
That's
them.
just not good.
What do they rely on us for?
Well, they need to export, right? If they can't
What
export
export?
to us,
What
their
export?
economy stays.
Oh yeah. Okay. They're trade maxing. They love. I'm such a Hasanabe head. Crazy. They love trade maxing. Like you're right. They really want to
Bro,
trade.
I wouldn't
They
be a
don't.
fan of Hassan right now. His stocks are going down, bro.
His,
It's not
no,
doing
they're
so
not.
hot.
Whatever.
Yeah, he shocks his dog. Like it's messed up.
He. Okay. He didn't. He just didn't. He. Do you know how much he loves that? He raised that dog on stream. Like
That dog sat still in the corner for 4 hours, and the moment it got up, he shocked him. Like
do
this
you
is
really
bad.
think this guy who like is around animal supporters all day every day, who takes care of his dog, like shows the regiment all day every day, who also like showed the collar again.
Well, you know, like the
No, 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 no,
PDFs
no.
that
Listen,
like
listen,
run the
listen,
PDF investigation teams,
listen,
like
listen, man,
it's kind of,
listen,
it's
man,
like that.
listen, listen. I get what I kind of get where you're coming from, and I saw the video. Like it looked weird. I get that. It looked bad. He doesn't shock his dog. He had a vibration collar, and I don't think he even used it in the video. And yeah, he was training the dog. Did you hear why he wants the dog to stay on the cot?
Why?
Because big dogs, when they lay on the ground for a long period of time, their joints get messed up. That's what happens with big dogs. He has the cot there so that her joints don't get messed up. She was gonna go lay on the ground. He is place training her. If she's not trained properly, then one, she could like lay on the ground all the time, which would hurt her joints. She could also like go and jump at people randomly. He needs to have a trained dog because she's a big dog. And like she yelped for a second. Like it looked like she caught her hangnail. Maybe he had the vibration and it did like give her a jolt. He's not like that's not a thing.
Well, you just went from he doesn't shock his dog to shock his dog, but it's
No,
okay.
he has a vibration collar, and so like that vibration, like I don't think he vibrated her, but even if he did, like it could have like gave her like a surprise, but that's not like a evil thing to do. Vibration collars are humane.
Mm. Well, anyways, I wouldn't associate myself with Hassan Piker.
Why not?
Well, stocks are going down, dude.
Why?
Bad juju.
Why? Because people mistakenly believe that he shocked his dog.
Yeah.
So I should abandon somebody because people are wrong about him.
Yeah. All right. We're getting too far away from the
Yeah,
topic,
look,
bro. Let's go back to
I
tariffs.
you were no you. I'm gonna let you go because we had a long conversation. I want to get other people on the stream, but like I appreciate having an honest conversation with me. Okay.
All right, sounds good, man.
All right. Have a good day. Oh, tell everyone to like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe to Richard Madison 55.
All right. You scamp. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. It's very normal, but the way he used it is crazy. He shot the dog because he wanted to leave. No, did you hear what I just said? God. Look, I'm not like, I don't care about this issue. It's not even an issue that much, but like, if you press the button during the time, it was a vibration thing, as he clearly showed, and maybe she was surprised. It seemed like she just caught her foot, and yes, he wants her to stay on the cot because it's better for her joints. She gets to move around sometimes. This is like a crazy issue that people are so parasocial about. Somebody get me on Hasanabi's chat. Tell him that I'm defending him. Okay, we have somebody else coming on. We have David. What is going on? I really appreciate. Oh, thank you for the gift. Totally not. I'm not really sure the name is. All right, David. What is going on? How are you doing?